Well, hello everybody and welcome to another Happy Travellers vlog. It's been an eventful week in more ways than one. We've been watching with interest the progress or otherwise of the Brexit deals and, dare I say, political shenanigans that have been going on. I don't want to get into the politics of whether the UK leaves the EU or does not, or whether we want to or whether we don't. All that is a bit of a personal choice for everyone. But suffice to say that in my last sort of Brexit thoughts video, I said I've been asked a lot of times whether I'd be concerned about whether we left on the 29th of March or not, and how that would affect what we do and how we travel around Europe. So far, I think my predictions of let's do nothing and wait are proving pretty solid. So we're continuing to do nothing about Brexit, and we're going to wait to see what goes on. Somebody said to me yesterday, if we do leave on the 29th of March without an agreement in place, my van insurance will miraculously be invalid. It won't be valid. And, you know, this is the sort of scare story that gets put around. Now, on that point, my thoughts are, and I need to check this in law, but my thoughts are that I have a contract between me and my insurance company based in the UK through Comfort Insurance and through Aviva, eventually, who are the underwriters. So I have that contract that says I'm allowed to live in the van, I'm allowed to drive it on the UK and European country roads, and that they'll cover me for accident, loss and theft, fire, that sort of stuff. You know, all the usual stuff you get with motorhome insurance to allow you to dwell and drive. That contract pretty much can't be affected if we're no longer members of the EU. I think what can be affected is the driving licence, and that's all up for grabs, I guess. My driving licence is issued by the UK with an EU flag on it, so under the auspices of the EU, covered by that. And I don't think that's actually going to be a problem. Even if we leave without a deal on 11 PM on the 29th, I don't think that the European countries are going to say, well, you're not allowed to drive those vans out of our country. And if they do, well, I'm just going to have to, send my driving licence in the post back to England, have somebody go to the post office, get me an IDP and post it back, or go to a local embassy and say, what do I do? I'm supposed to be driving my van home, can't do it. And I'm sure if we leave the EU, we're not going to be, all the embassies, I'm sure every country, France, Spain, Germany, so on, Italy and so on, will have a UK, a United Kingdom or Great British embassy that I could go to and say, what do I do? Can't drive my van on the road because I'm not licensed. Need to go back to the UK. Can you give me an IDP? Because the international driving permit is nothing more than a £5.50 paper exercise. That's it. So I'm not really worried about any of that. I watch with interest or more accurately, I listen with interest to what goes on in the British Parliament, the House of Commons, and I variously despair and feel wildly amused by what goes on. And you know, it really is an awful situation. How we got here, well, who knows. How are we going to go forward? Well, who knows. Time will tell. But as we creep ever forward towards the 29th of March, we'll see what happens. But it's Friday. We're in a European country, and like any good person, we have planned to go to a restaurant to get some fish and chips. So we will be going from our camping site at Castillo de Banos, one of the best places we've been on our little journey, across to a little bar called Nico's at Castillo de Banos, one of the best little bars that we've been to. So wish us well. We are going off for fish and chips at 6:30. The little Pips will come with us, and she will partake in a little bit of leftover fish, I think. Anyway, that's it for today. We'll see you again very soon. But for now, take care and don't worry about Brexit. Bye-bye.